Hi homesteaders, my name is Melissa with Gilligan Homestead. Welcome to my channel where we focus on homesteading skills, self-sufficiency, and resilience. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. I've been so busy lately, I've had a hard time getting videos or anything out on my blog. I have a lot going on. We own a winery and the winery sales have taken off, so we've been really busy at making wine and selling wine. But I wanted to get back to do my homesteading basis and just kind of share some things that we're doing. So it's been raining. The garlic is looking fabulous. I'm thinking that I'm going to let it sit in for a couple of more weeks and then we're probably going to pull the garlic. The thing with garlic is when you go to harvest your garlic, the bottom 3 leaves need to be dead. Pretty much all of my garlic has 2 dead leaves. So the third is starting to turn yellow, but not totally died off. So we're getting really close to garlic harvesting. And we will share on here all the things that I'm going to do with the garlic. We're going to cure the garlic and then we're going to braid the garlic. And I'm going to see how much I actually get out of this garden. But I'm pretty excited about doing a garlic braid this year and having that just in my cupboard or it's going to be hanging on the wall. I've got a hook over here. It's going to be hanging and ready to use for fresh cooking throughout the season. The other issue is that strawberries are in that garden, and I am getting strawberries this year. It's my first year, not very many. We've gotten 3 so far, and it looks like we'll probably end up getting about 15 or 20 more. I didn't plant a ton of strawberry plants because they're expensive and I didn't really know if I would get any return on them this year. But I think what I'm going to do, they're going to set off runners and we're going to get more plants next year. So next year, I think what we'll do is we'll add more strawberries in the spring. I think every year I'll just do that because I've heard that the longer your plants stay in, the smaller your berries are. And so I want to kind of replenish those every year. And I'm going to stick some garlic back in that garden as well. But here's the big question now. I am going to have strawberry plants are going to be done here in probably the next 2 to 3 weeks. Garlic's going to be pulled in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I have a whole 3x12 garden that's going to be open and ready to be used for something. So I'm thinking, I haven't made this decision yet, but I'm thinking that I'm going to put radishes in there because I wanted to pickle some radishes. We already did grow some radishes and we've used them for salads, and I didn't realize I liked radishes, but we love radishes. So I could use that in the onions and pickle some radishes and onions together, which would be great for salads in the wintertime. The other thing I was thinking about doing in that garden is going ahead and starting some more spinach. So I could get maybe a bunch of spinach in that garden going, and then we could freeze some spinach so we would have that this winter. It's another thought of mine. Then also a thought is actually to start some more lettuce, but I'm thinking I might wait until it is closer to the end of summer. So, because it's probably just going to bolt if I put lettuce in there. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. And so I think probably when the onions come out will be a good place to put some lettuce. So if you guys have any thoughts on what I can put in a 3x12 garden this late in the season, let me know. It's the beginning of June still. And so it's like, what is it, June 5th or 6th? And I would like to know what would be good to put in this 3x12 garden that the garlic is coming out and the strawberries are going to be done. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But the next thing we're going to talk about today is how do you come up with cream when you need cream for a recipe and you don't have it? Well, let's go check it out in the kitchen. Okay, I got home from work and I meant to stop and get some heavy whipping cream today because I'm out in the fridge. We made some ice cream about 2 weeks ago, and I've been out of cream ever since. So I was thinking on the way home tonight, I wanted to stop and get some cream, but honestly, I was on the interstate for an hour and I really didn't have it in me to actually make a stop at the grocery store. So tonight I am going to create my own cream, heavy cream, with using powdered milk. Now I was thinking today in the car, how could I accomplish this with what I have at home? I have 2 different types of powdered milk in my pantry, and this is back storage. It's not something I use all the time, but it is for situations like this when I need something and I need something quick and I don't want to have to go to the store.
Another good reason to buy in bulk and to have bulk containers of things in your pantry, because most of the time you can come up with what you need without having to run to the store. And we all know that when you run to the store, it ends up being more than just picking up cream, right? You end up spending more than $5 on a half gallon of cream, or a quart of cream, which is ridiculous anyway to spend that kind of money. But it is what it is. So what I'm going to do today is I have skim milk, powdered milk, and I've got whole powdered milk. Now the whole powdered milk is more expensive. I save it for situations like this, or if I want to make yogurt and I don't have any milk, and I need whole milk, I will use this. But I get this from Sam's. I have 3 of these containers in my pantry at all times. This one's opened. We've only used about maybe a quarter or a third of what I have in here. But I'm just going to take this and I'm going to make a cream out of this. I'm going to triple that. So we're going to start with 1 cup of warm water in our measuring cup and see where we get with that. Okay, so you're going to normally we add a quarter of a cup for 1 cup of water. I think I'm going to start with a full cup. So I'm going to double that. Normally you would do half a cup with 1 cup of warm water to actually double the recipe. I'm going to double that. So we're going to do 1 full cup of powdered milk. We'll add more if we need to, but we're going to try to get a really thick, creamy consistency. So I'm making a recipe, which I'm sure you've heard of. There's all kinds of these recipes on Pinterest, but it's one of our favorites. It's called Marry Me Chicken. And you need a cream sauce to go with that. It needs a heavy whipping cream to actually create the sauce. So that is why I am trying to create a whipping cream out of my powdered milk so that I can make that this evening for dinner. So we will go ahead and start by adding 2 of these scoops. These are each half a cup of powdered milk. And I'm going to mix that together. Now the warm water does help it just kind of incorporate. And so I will say what that does is it gives me a nice warm or a nice thick milk, but not necessarily the thickness that I'm really striving for cream. So we're going to add a whole nother cup of milk. So we're going to have 2 full cups of powdered milk to 2 cups of water. Which you can see is like a 1-to-1 ratio if this ends up working out good. I'm not sure how thick, how much I'm going to have to add this to get it really thick, but I'm really thinking this is going to be fabulous and it's starting to get really thick. And the longer you sit, the better it gets, like when you're actually creating a gallon of milk. And it's not something that I typically would like to drink, but it is something that's really great for making recipes like yogurt, cottage cheese, if you want to make a sour cream, or if you just need to add some milk to a recipe. It's great that you can actually just have powdered milk and make a little bit for whatever it is that you need. Okay, so let me get the camera close to this so you guys can see how this looks. Okay, it's still not quite dissolved all or incorporated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a whisk, a wire whisk, and I'm going to work at trying to mix that all in. But you can see it's absolutely thick. And I really do think the longer it sits, the thicker it's going to get. Now you could put this in a blender or a food processor if you would like to get it the thickness you would like. It's really pretty incorporated and it's pretty thick. I think to make it creamier, You could actually add maybe just a little bit more. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to add just half a cup of powdered milk. So we will have added 2.5 cups of powdered milk to 2 cups of warm water. And this is giving me, honestly, it's giving me 32 ounces. It's giving me 4 cups of cream, a cream consistency. So this should be, I think that's close to what you get when you buy a container of cream, if I remember right. All right, we're gonna take our wooden spoon so you guys can see how thick and creamy that is. I mean, it's really thick. And I really think the longer it sits, the thicker it's gonna get. So this is going to be perfect to make our Marry Me chicken tonight. I didn't have to go to the grocery store. Honestly, the powdered milk is expensive to do this with, but cream is very expensive too. And I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to try to figure this out, but I bet this is not only is it a time saver, but I bet it's also a money saver considering how much you pay for cream in the store. I doubt this cost me $5 to make. It probably cost me more like a couple of dollars to make. So yeah, it's nice and thick. And so we have a cream-like consistency and we're in good shape for our cream. Okay guys, just to review, I took 2 cups of warm water and then we took 2.5 cups of powdered whole milk, not skim milk, but whole milk. And we incorporated it, mixed it together, and we have this really nice, thick, creamy, it's creamy milk, it's thick milk, but I'm gonna consider it cream. You could even add a little bit more if you wanted it to be thicker, but honestly, I think this is gonna be perfect consistency for the Marry Me chicken that we have. So we hope you've enjoyed this quick, short little tutorial in our kitchen. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. We'll have more coming shortly. We hope you're having the best evening. Bye.